She screamed what at her own wedding guests? Am I the asshole for not wanting to hang out with my husband's friend as a couple after his wife was a bridezilla and yelled at me? My husband was a groomsman in a wedding a little under 2 years ago. He was very close with the groom, but unfortunately, the friendship started falling off shortly after the groom started dating his now wife because she's socially abrasive and has to be right in conversation, as if everything were debate. She once yelled at my husband to get out when he walked inside of their house to use the restroom. He had groom's permission. When he was invited over for a visit with the groom, it ended up being an uncomfortable visit in the garage. "You wedding?" The bride called me on our way to the venue. Bridal party was asked to arrive 2 hours early and asked me to pick up a sign-in book since it was overlooked. I was happy to help. My husband and I, one other wife, a friend of the groom, and a few other groomsmen are chatting a bit during some idle time when I hear the bride screaming at the top of her lungs that anyone not in the bridal party is not allowed to be in this part of the venue until the wedding begins. Being one of the 3 guests there, one of 2 with spouses in the bridal party, I was very embarrassed. Were no signs, no instruction. The valet never notified us. Security never notified us of this rule. I immediately wanted to leave and offered to pick my husband up when it was over. My husband was upset by this and said that he would leave if they found it acceptable to treat me like that. But I told him to stay, chalked it up to her being stressed. I ended up sitting in my car for over an hour with the other wife and didn't feel fully comfortable for the rest of the night. We've seen very little of them since the wedding. They had a gender reveal and we didn't make it because my mom just died a few days prior and I was still an absolute mess. They were pissed we didn't go and made it an opportunity to talk badly about us. Since then, I've only seen her for short moments in social settings where I try my best to keep my distance. The groom has been begging my husband and I to go boating with them, but I really don't want to be stuck on a boat with her for hours. My husband keeps bringing it up, and I keep reminding him that being around her makes me feel sick to my stomach. I tell him to go by himself, but he refuses this option. Every week for the past month has brought up offers to go boating, and every week I refuse to entertain the idea of it. Husband seems bothered by having to turn down what should be a fun time, but understands that it wouldn't actually be a fun time. I feel like I may be the AH because husband and groom were very close, and now that he's married to a woman, I don't feel comfortable around. I am becoming the factor that keeps them apart.
I, 26F, think my boyfriend. In the time we've been together, his chronic pain. My 14 years old son ghosted. Yelk does not belong in scrambled eggs.